All right, troops. Jimmy, my man, always a pleasure to have you on. How you keeping?
I'm all right, man. How's yourself?
I'm doing not bad, man. You know, you've got like a rare distinction now, my friend. You've been on this podcast 3 times. There's only one other person at the time that's recording that has also matched that, and he's my co-host in the fucking company.
Kevin, aye.
Aye.
I seen
So there
Kevin
you,
a couple of Comic Cons.
aye. But there you go. Like you're in distinct company like, of the three club.
Well, is
But,
it not foreign the time that I got an incredibly easy battle with fucking Superman against Barnacle Bill?
well,
Barnacle
speaking,
Bill?
I think it was like, I mean, that's the side that you'll actually know more than me, especially because you have been going to a lot of the Comic Cons recently doing photography and stuff. How have you been
No,
finding doing
I'm
that?
not actually there for photography. I'm there to help my
Uh,
friend Glenn, who runs
uh,
Neptune Comics.
oh,
Um,
nice one.
all there and does comic stuff there.
Uh,
What photography? I'll actually talk about that in a minute. But I like the Comic Cons. I guess I like being around comics. I like getting to meet people like John Wagner
yeah.
and like creators. Do you know what I mean? Like Jim Alexander and all that, and Etienne Kobabo that's just brought out a fantastic film, and he's got the Beats of War comic.
Mm.
It's nice seeing that culture thrive because it was totally unlike that when I was a kid.
Aye.
In fact, the whole place was like me and Glenn standing there selling actual comics, old guys drinking beer, brown cords.
That
You
was
know?
pretty much, I think it was America that really kind of, they took the mantle of the Comic Cons and ran with it. And then because that's been so successful, it's kind of been adapted more like in our neck of the woods, which I'm glad about for certain things, but not so glad as when I'm having to carve out the innards of a fucking pumpkin for my kids.
But there's a convergence of different cultures. You
Yeah.
know, there's like anime, there's video games, there's been consoles now for what 30 years. You know, like
Aye. Oh,
there's also a
well,
big fight. There's also a
aye.
big LGBT element. It's
I've got to
fantastic.
ask, like, what was your first console then that you got?
An Atari ST, whatever it was. No. Atari something in brown wooden outside with Pac-Man and all that and asteroids. And I tell you
Oh,
what, I ended up talking about this game quite a lot recently. It was a fantastic Return of the Jedi game. It came
yeah.
out obviously in 83, and it was like you were in the Millennium Falcon, and it was kind of like Space Invaders or something, but you had to just destroy a Death Star bit by bit until you got to the middle, and then you shot the middle, and the whole thing exploded.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
it was amazing because all the wee like icons and all that were all Star Wars. There was like Tie Fighters and Millennium Falcon, and obviously Death Star was quite big,
Yeah.
and it had the bitmap music. It was fucking excellent, man. Take me back to
Yeah.
1983.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, my first
I,
console was the Sega Mega Drive 2. But that was the one that we get the joint Christmas present like between me and my brother. What so that was what we'd got, the Mega Drive 2, and the first game that I played was Street Fighter 2. What and my brother royally kicked my ass, what, but yeah, I think he had 3 years more experience than I did. What, and then he just beat the crap out of me in real life. So yeah, at least I had a shot in the game. But yeah, like you've still
so
been
you're obviously
going.
like 10 years younger. I
You've
feel
been
like playing a
still
hard
going as
fight.
well with the comedy stuff as well. Like you've been doing really good with that. Like you've got your nights at Lincoln Inn. Like you've got other nights as well. Like so, how have you been finding like them? Like well, we've been in. By the time this goes out, we'll be still in the lull before Glasgow Comedy Festival. So how have you been finding kind of the lull between the Fringe and then?
I don't like doing comedy. I, I love the art form. I love the craft. The industry. I look at it and I think, oh man, can I just go and do my own thing, please?
Mm,
Just and leave me alone while I'm at it. Yeah, cunts. Like,
yeah, but in fairness,
um,
like the Lincoln Inn stuff, like that really is kind of your thing. Like, and then if people come on, let they come on. I mean, now I've had the pleasure of being there like twice, and I always find I'm liking that a lot more than other places that I've been going. Is like because I trust the acts you bring in, I trust yourself. Like the second time that I was there, I tried completely new material, and I never done that. I was shitting myself, but I trusted you guys to give me like the honest feedback with it. So you've got a good night there.
Yeah. No, I mean I love it, but we've struggled to take it to where it is. I like having a local comedy night from my local area.
Hmm.
I like it being kind of bespoke in terms of the lineup.
Yeah.
Just like I would never advertise on a forum,
Hmm.
and I would rarely put someone on based on a message that I get or a video from them, and that's not that goes for everyone. You know,
Hmm.
like not like just people that I haven't heard of or whatever. I like doing a couple of nights and seeing who's good, inviting them along, and then getting a good wee lineup. And ideally getting a decent headliner, but the headliner costs money. You know, it costs money to put a decent headliner on, and we don't have the budget just now.
Yeah.
But the Lincoln, I mean, I love the Lincoln. The last one you were at was actually really good. There was like 25 in.
Yeah.
Listen,
I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Absolutely. No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it can also be classed now as my first paid comedy gig.
oh, did I get it?
Yeah, because well, for anybody that's unaware, like with these gigs, like you don't necessarily need to pay, but there is a bucket, like, and if you can contribute, you can, like, and there was enough that was contributed that I was able to get like a wee bit of cash, like, and I was like, first one, yes, like,
well,
so
that's the thing. It's if any of the fuckwits that don't like me are to be believed, then maybe I'm like some horrible drug dealer type. But your first one's, I paid you for one gig, right? And now you fucking like doing all sorts of work for free forever. And there's not a thing you can do about it because I am in fact the horrible person I've been painted by complete fannies.
yeah. If they're gonna make it be a drug dealer type, then make sure that you're the Walter White of comedy. No, that no one will mess with you. You're the one who knocks,
No,
as they say.
no, man, my drug dealing days are long behind me.
I think a lot of things are behind us now, man. Like, as we just keep trying to survive at the minute. Like, I don't know about you, it feels like recently over the last few years, everything's just been an absolute shit show. Not just in the arts, but like culturally and all that. Is like we make like 2 steps forward and it's about 10 backwards.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that because I was just blaming Lorraine. I thought Telly went shit. We watch that like.
Yeah, it's like I was very very fortunate though that like I finally got the Snyder cut, the Justice League.
Yeah, man, that was pretty cool. But
Yeah,
moving on to Lorraine's gripe with me, man, I can't concentrate on things just now, man. It really annoys her because I get her to watch like a 4 hour cut of
yeah,
Snyder, the 4 hour cut of Justice League, which she's got fucking no interest in whatsoever. And
yeah.
then by the end, she's the only one that knows what happened.
Oh man.
Another one of my Machiavellian tricks to be an arsehole.
In fairness, like she chose you. So if you can't be an arsehole or in person that chose you, who can you?
What man, we went to see New Order,
Oh man.
and it was amazing, man. It was like, I mean, it was just a gig. Do you know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
watching these in the '60s and early '70s, like still honor a massive legacy of some amazing songs,
Mhm.
and it was honestly, it was one of the best gigs I've seen in ages, man. Like in years. There was something about it, about the fact that New Order done really, really well for themselves, but they were born out of a tragedy, really. You know, they were born out of
Yeah.
a really iconic band where the lead
Yeah.
singer killed himself, and they still somehow simultaneously honour that legacy, but prove that they stood on their own 2 feet long
Mm.
afterwards. You know, it really, honestly, man, it really affected me, man. Being there with Lorraine as well and hearing stuff like Bizarre Love Triangle and Your Silent Face and Ceremony and just all the fucking bangers, Temptation, Blue Monday.
Yeah.
It was a great night, man. It was really, really good. It was one of my favourite gigs ever.
No,
And
understandable, man.
you know what I mean? It was like standing. So I
Mm.
was even kind of almost dancing a wee bit, which was a bit strange for me, man. Like,
Yeah. I just have the wee kind of awkward side shuffle. It's like it could be like the most speed metal, like deathcore band in the world, and I still be like just slowly sliding along back and forth. But something I did want to ask you that I never got around to ask the last time that I spoke to you, and it revolves around Batman. What did you
Yeah.
make of Robert Pattinson's performance as Bruce Wayne?
I thought it was a good performance. I thought it was a solid acting performance. I thought it was a great film.
Hmm.
I still don't buy him as Batman. I don't.
Hmm. You think maybe that's because it is kind of more originy and what maybe he'll get better as he goes on, or do you think it's just something that doesn't really quite fit? Because I mean, I remember I was questioning Batfleck. I still really did. What in fairness, even when it came
I,
out, but
I totally buy Ben Affleck's Batman.
mm,
I believe Bruce Wayne. You know what
it
I mean? And
gave me a lot more respect from when I saw it because I didn't buy it like right up until, but he was playing the more grizzled, obviously Dark Knight Returns version, and I thought, okay, I can see that because Ben Affleck's a bit of a doer, so we get that.
yeah, but I don't know. I think strangely his at the time when he took on the role of Batman, he was just becoming a director and not just an actor that makes films. Like he was like a fucking heavyweight director. You know,
He was winning Oscars and everything.
Argo won an Oscar, but the one that's really like his best film
Hmm.
is The Town.
Oh yeah, that's a brilliant film.
A fantastic film, and
Hmm.
the thing it manages to be like a really good story. It makes amazing use of its setting,
Hmm.
its characters, and it's a great action movie. It's up there with Heat in terms of crime films.
Yeah. Right, so was that why you were more surprised when it was like he was coming essentially doing a Bruce Wayne coming out of retirement to go into acting to become Batman who was coming out of retirement?
Aye. I think that worked, man. But I think there's been to be honest with you, all of these things, even the things that are kind of working or have worked,
Hmm.
are being ruined by committee.
Yeah,
Marvel, Star Wars, DC get the worst of it. But
yeah,
been some great stuff in there. I'm quite excited about the James Gunn led
yeah,
video because I mean the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker were, I mean they were just amazing, just
hmm.
straight up amazing.
Yeah. Peacemaker, definitely was one that I was really, really chuffed about. And
Without laughing, you know, and it's pretty.
yeah,
Look, there's a lot of really horrible things that happen.
yeah. And I mean, even the opening credits, that's something that he does in Marvel, and you're like, would that work in DC? Would something like that? And because everybody's so committed to it, especially John Cena, he thrives in more comedic roles but it tries to be serious, but people just go, "You're fucking hilarious, mate." I'm not trying to be a cherish peace with all my heart, and I don't care how many women and children have to kill to get it. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Keep doing that. So when it looked like there was going to be no more Cena, I think it's the first time people actually booed that there was going to be no more John Cena because we're so used to booing him for the wrestling, and then we were like, okay, might be coming back. And it was just like, woohoo!
But it's quite interesting that he took that character from the Suicide Squad that would last seen kill a, you know, quote unquote beloved character, even though I don't think they really developed um, the character that he killed in Peacemaker, whose name escapes me. But it's
Yeah.
quite interesting. He was a straight up son of a bitch in the Suicide Squad, and then they gave him this entire backstory and
Mm-hmm.
forward and propelled his narrative. Like, you know,
Yeah. I think
on paper, like I would never have greenlit that myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
mm,
would like that guy, his dad,
yeah,
aliens. Get no man, fuck off. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, but it seems there was a plan there that gives me hope for the future with that type of thing
Aye.
because obviously somebody besides James Gunn had to green light that. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah. And I think just one of the most unintentionally hilarious things was when the eagle landed on him. He's like, Dad, get a picture. Dad, Dad, Dad. We all had that moment with our dads where we were like, get a picture of something we thought was really cool. What? And probably if you got a picture of it and we looked back on it, we'd think it was the most like weird thing in the world. Because, for example, like when my boys were 2, they helped me build like a wee block tower on my knee, and to them it was like it's like the tallest tower ever. So they're like, "Mommy, take picture, take picture." And they thought it was going to be one of those ones that you'll miss it, but we got the picture, and I've got it on my desk with me, and I keep it next to me all the time. I want to wait till they're a wee bit older and then show them that and see what their reaction is to finally get in this moment they loved, and they'll go, "The fuck was that, da?"
I met your folks when we done Giggles and Guffaws.
Yes, yes, you did. They thought very highly of you, so there you go.
Oh, right. Now I had a really nice conversation with them, man.
Mm.
They were really lovely, man.
Yeah, I think what I found funny was like, I mean, we'd done that thing, we got it sorted, and it went well. My dad was like, "I Andy done well with his set," and they were like, Mom was like, "Yeah, but what did you make like the whole event?" He was like, "What's that to do with Andy?" He's like, "You organised it." He's like, "I thought it was that Jimmy guy." So yeah, he was like, but it was like you had to look for validation. He was like, "Did you organise that, or was it the Jimmy guy?" And I was like, "Well, Jimmy helped me because I was bricking myself, but I got the thing together." He's like, "Aye, so Jimmy was involved, aye."
All I done was like tell you all will be well.
Hey, that's a massive help, man, especially for somebody like how fucked my brain is.
have you read like Jeff Johns' Green Lantern,
Mm,
Saint Walker,
yeah,
the all will be well. That's all you need to say. All will be well.
yep. And that pretty much was it. That's all I needed. And I was like, okay, let's do this shit.
I was a really fun day, man. It was really.
It was brilliant as well. At 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and people will be like, what is going on here? But it worked. It worked, and everybody
I'd like.
enjoyed it. Hmm?
I'd like to do another one at some point.
Yeah. As like I say, I floated the idea, like, because it did get like put on, like, the tables for a couple of networks, but they passed on it. But it was the audio side of it, because that's where I kind of fucked up. But
Yeah.
it's that way. I'm like, I want to get it done again, and maybe even if it was just like an annual thing, like a once a year, we go and we do it, get some people in, bring it up, right? Same time next year, just something like our own ginger comedy festival.
I've thought a couple of music that I use would be perfect for it, man.
Mm,
It would obviously be the tech would be an issue.
aye.
But the
Well,
DJ would
luckily,
be
that's the thing I've been really working on the last year, like just trying to make sure that tech wise, I get all my shit together. And if it means I've got to wait a bit longer to get the right, cameras and stuff to make it as polished as I can, then that's what I'll do. Like the audio side of it, I'm like, right, we can do this. It's like, because the room, if it was in a room like it was in McCool's, as long as you sell somebody just to, go, speak up a little bit, then you're all good. Everything's fine. It's
I
like, and
think
just, mm,
um I think there's a tendency to forget that you're recording, you know,
yeah.
and it's kind of like this, like in the Zoom gigs I've done in lockdown as well. You
Mm,
need to quickly learn how to play to the format, whether
yeah.
the format is just you, a microphone in a crowd, or whether there's an extra layer of it that the acts and the audience and the MC
Hmm.
need to be able, which is that this is a good wee gig, but it's the our eyes are on the future with it as well. You
Aye.
know,
It's like, yeah, it was the
We-
same
we-
deal. I mean, when I first started when I first got back into comedy, as you know, it was the Zoom gigs. What? And I liked it because when I bombed, I just faked the screen freeze and then I got to fuck. And I was just like, oh, technical problems. You missed my great joke about how I saved Christmas.
no,
What?
but I feel quite ignorant here, but because we've mentioned McCool's, I'm going to take my opportunity to send you this now.
I think that's a good idea because you do trigger warnings with McCool's. Obviously, I was there for a second one, and for people that do watch this, they will be wanting to know: Are you going for another one? Going for next year?
Well, we are bigger this year as well. We're going. We've got three this year. We've done Tuesday and Wednesday 2021 and Tuesday and Wednesday 2022.
Mm-hmm.
This year we're Wednesday night at 8:30. That's the 13th and 27th. I've also got a couple others that aren't the ticket links aren't out for yet, so I
Mm-hmm.
can't mention them. I'm also doing my first half hour with someone else.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, so, and I've got a couple others that I'm still doing, and I'm planning on doing something with the Lincoln during it, whether it's just the one gig and then taking advantage of the acts that will be up.
Yeah,
My friends from other places, because that really worked out last year.
yeah.
Um, I've sent you something in Messenger. I don't know if you'll be able to put it up on the screen. I can always just put it up here.
Mm.
Can you get into Messenger? Okay.
It's like I'm getting to my messages just that won't link up here, but what I'll do for the ones that are technically minded that you have sent it to me, it will be playing as we are speaking because I can do that now because I'm doing editing shit.
I'm going to give you a sizzle reel of the ad that I'm doing for it just now. Just hold it up because I like it.
Yep, like Rolling Stones, it's only rock and roll, but I like it.
Oh,
Ooh. Ha ha. Oh,
I
that's
think
class, man.
there you are. No, no,
Yeah.
it's Steve. Here,
There
yeah,
I am.
yeah.
Hey. It's so weird looking at it though, because I mean, that was my very first gig, like back after 9 years. What and what is like looking at it, I'm like, there's Brian. I was like, oh, I'm like, oh fuck, I know he's not, but there's Adele. Wow.
Definitely that minute and a half of seeing a video that I made last night is worth you getting sued by Daft Punk.
Well,
Or you can
well,
or something like I don't know, man.
we'll see. I think as long as I take monetization like off the actual video, I won't get sued. It just depends. Is like how much money am I willing to sacrifice here? I'll do it because you're a pal.
It
You're
was
all right.
something held. It was something held up. I don't know. I genuinely don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
Uh, it's things that you don't really learn or realize until you're actually in it, and you're like, ah, fuck. Because I always
You
used
can
to look at
always
people,
anyway. So
aye, something get like you work it out because that's me. I always find a way. I'm like the Jeff Goldblum of content creation.
I'm looking forward to trigger warnings, man. I got it sorted out quite early, actually. I got it sorted out in September.
Yeah.
Tickets are already selling for it, which is surprising.
Mm,
But I've not publicly done the big push yet. I was kind of waiting for the other things that I've got and do it all at one time.
mm.
But the other things are kind of, I don't know. It's I want to have as many shows as I had last year. I had 15 shows last year. Not
Wow.
all of them in the festival, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the challenge. So I want to get them all out at the same time.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. And also, like you done the Fringe this year as well. And what the Edinburgh Fringe? Were you looking to go back to
Well,
that again?
I was going to go and contact you, and I seen you were going, and then you decided you weren't going.
I
So
was well, that was when my mental breakdown hit, and I was just like I wasn't in the fit state. But what
that's
all going well. What touching wood?
one thing I don't think you realise about the Fringe. It is it's a mass mental breakdown. Like, you discover your ability to move forward despite some crazy shit. Like
Mm,
I'll think of that bit in the Wolf of Wall Street when
yeah.
he's going to money in the helicopter. He's got all of his money explodes, and he's like, did that just happen? Did you see that? What the fuck?" Like, the Fringe is kind of like that with less exploding helicopters.
It's, it's just more like exploding mental health.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Just
entertaining explosions of mental health. It's a Michael Bay of comedy.
man, write this shit down for the next Fringe. So because you're gonna it's gold. You're gonna need it. It's brilliant.
No, but it's really good though, man. It becomes like a city of culture, man, like proper culture. And like as a comedian working in the comedy industry, I'm barely aware of things that aren't to do with comedy.
Yeah.
But it's just weird that it's all happening all the time. Like you walk down the
Mhm.
street and you think Skinner, and then 10 minutes later you meet the fucking Emperor.
Yeah.
And you like all you can say is, "Can I have a selfie?" Like, because if you see them in the pub or whatever, they're sitting with their mates, you don't want to go up, interrupt the conversation, and be like, can I have a selfie?
Aye. Well, because especially the Emperor, you would be worried that he'd figured out how to actually force choke you. What?
I said, the first thing I said, I was like, "You're Ian McDermott," and he was like, "Yeah." And by the way, just as an aside, he was coming out of Pizza Express.
Oh,
There's a photo. There's a photo of him in that Pizza Express. I'm not joking. There's a photo of him up the wall in that Pizza Express. So I think somebody needs to do a bit of digging around Prince Andrew. Is what I'm saying. Like I think maybe this space lizard fucking theory about the royals might be right. All based on the fact I seen a picture. I met Ian McDermott and I seen a picture of him in a Pizza Express. But the first thing I said to him, right, was the dark side of the fringe is a pathway to abilities many consider to be unnatural. He didn't realise I said fringe and he just went, I'm not going to say it. Yeah, I was like, I didn't need you to say it. It was a joke. Like, anyway, can I have a photograph,
yeah.
mate? Like, you're
Oh
amazing.
man, that's brilliant.
Like
That's
Skinner is
absolutely.
talked to him for a couple of minutes, man, and just talking to him about stuff. And I had my Tron shirt on, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh man, that's a really cool T-shirt." I went, "Yeah," and you've came as Peter Capaldi cosplay, like because he was wearing a tartan suit. And he gave the biggest laugh and smile, and then I took the selfie, man. And like people were saying it was the biggest smile they've seen him have throughout the month. And I'm like, yes, man,
Well,
yes.
there you go. There you go. I mean, based on my T-shirt like that, I'd more likely see Yoda if I went to the fringe. Just walking up like, funny, you are not.
Is it Baby Yoda? It's not Baby Yoda. If it's Yoda, is it?
No, no, it's actual Yoda. It's actual Yoda. I'm no down that road.
They
But
use
it's
that to
like
get.
it's a T-shirt of Yoda, but it's like he's playing baseball. It's like so it's like his mugshot, and then it's like like Grand Jedi Master underneath it, just right where my gut is. So
Cool.
of course it's nice and expanded as well.
You could explain it all day, but at the end of the day, if it's not Baby Yoda, Lorraine ain't going to be interested.
I know, but we're the proper school. We salute the Yoda. It's like there'll
When
be
Order, when Order 66 comes up, like somebody at a coffee shop or whatever, man, and she's like, "What's Order 66? I don't get it." And I'm like, "That's the one where they tried to kill Baby Yoda." She just gets annoyed.
well, in fairness, look, I think we'll need to start that. Do like a football chant, like when the rain comes down, just like there's only one real Yoda.
Oh man, it's an easy Christmas though, man. Like,
Ah, that's you sorted.
yeah,
Uh,
baby, get all the way.
but we are starting to come out on time, and time really does fly when you're having fun. Because anytime I have like any type of time with you, it's fucking brilliant, man. Like you
Oh,
always put
cheers.
that smile, you always put that smile back on my face when I need it.
Oh, cheers. Thanks, Andrew, man.
Right,
Always nice to.
so float the socials for where the guys can find you. I mean, you're a regular on the show, but for anybody that tunes in,
I'm on Facebook as just Jimmy Jock, all one word, JimiJokk. I'm on Instagram now as Jimmy Jock, but there's an underscore between Jimmy and Jock. And TikTok's the same, but I haven't touched TikTok since like May or something. And it genuinely frightens me, TikTok. I'm on Twitter as well, just Jimmy Jock, all one word. And Jimmy Jock Photography is my page on Facebook, which is the one I'm doing, and Backbone Comedy on Facebook as well, that I'm kind of starting to use more. But that's all my socials. If you just
no,
look at Jimmy on YouTube, there's a couple of things
yeah.
as well. Before
Well,
we
don't
go
worry.
quickly, I'm going to restart Lockdown How We Laugh, my podcast, but
Hey,
do it post lockdown
mm,
and initially get on guests that have been on before, but I've since gig with and I have decent photographs of,
mm,
and slideshows, and talk about coming out of lockdown with the slideshows as prompts. That's my idea for it now. It might change. Last time we were on here, I talked about a podcast that never happened.
mm,
So that's my big thing as well as the gigs,
yeah.
leaking laughs and passion.
Well, that's always a good thing as well, because if anybody wants to check out what we were talking about before that, go back to the previous video, then come back to this video, and I get 2 extra views. That's what you call plugging, my friend. What on this side of it. But nah, what all the links will have popped up as you were saying them, because I get these bits for it, and they will all be in the description of this video as well. So make sure you do check him out. And his photography is brilliant, because basically almost every gig that I do is Jimmy's photographs. and always make sure to credit you in them because you deserve it.
All right, cheers, thanks, man.
Right. Well, for our next time, my faithful followers, I've been Andrew Durnan. This has been the amazing Jimi Longmuir. Until next time, take care. Stay safe.
Thanks so much, Andrew.
Bye bye.